Let's see if you have the microphone. Yes, we do. Welcome. Welcome to SIHH Live, this new space that we've created within the Salon for the first time. The idea is that in this auditorium, which is also a television studio, throughout the week you're going to meet the people and the ideas that make HOTE horlogerie. There'll be interviews, presentations, press conferences, debates throughout the day. This first session is devoted to Piaget and to a presentation of, well, a novelty. And it's a pleasure to welcome the CEO, Chabi Nouri, and her collaborator, Rémi Jomard. They're going to take over and tell the story.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends of Piaget, welcome to the Piaget conference. It is wonderful to see you all here today, especially in such a packed room, as it is a very important day for Piaget. It's really a vintage year for us, as we are breaking all records. Today, Piaget has continuously sought for innovative solutions in the field of ultra-thinness in the quest of the ultimate elegance. Nurtured by our history, by our ultra-thin mastery, today Piaget demonstrates again its ability to break all records, to push the boundaries, and to revolutionize again the watchmaking industry. Make the impossible possible. This is what today Piaget demonstrates in this press conference. Probably it is not breaking records for the sake of breaking records. At Piaget, we break records in order to validate and develop new technologies that will help us to liberate creativity. That's the way it has started already 60 years ago with the first revolution with the 9P caliber 2mm. And today, 60 years after, we come with a new groundbreaking record pushing the limits. As I said, breaking records is in order to push the quest for elegance, for the ultimate elegance, and to be able to deliver more creativity. Instead of boring you with a long-winded introduction, I would like to get down to innovation and let's discover this new, incredible technical creation. The Altiplano ultimate concept that took more than 4 years to work on and 5 patents.
Piaget has an unrivaled legacy and expertise in the crafting of record-thin watches. In 1957, the brand introduced the legendary, ultra-thin, hand-wound 9P caliber, which measured just 2 millimeters thick. In 1960, the caliber 12P became the thinnest automatic movement at just 2.3 millimeters. Since then, the brand has set numerous world records for thinness. In its infinite quest for slenderness, Piaget has established 2 new world records. The first with the Altiplano Ultimate Automatic, the world's thinnest self-winding watch at just 4.3 millimeters thick. The second, the Altiplano Ultimate Concept, the thinnest mechanical watch ever, measuring just 2 millimeters thick, the same size as the historical caliber 9P. Pursuing such an ambitious development motivated an extreme endeavor to explore beyond the boundaries of traditional watchmaking. It required 4 years of development, involving 3 dedicated engineers, and called for the filing of no fewer than 5 patents. A radical re-engineering of the architecture of a watch, the innovative solution fuses the case, movement, and bezel into one component, fashioned out of an ultra-resistant cobalt alloy, ensuring sufficient rigidity despite its extreme slenderness. Among the numerous innovations arising from its development, the Altiplano Ultimate concept incorporates a patented ultra-thin barrel. The ball-bearing mounted mainspring, which has no cover and no drum, is integrated into a recess machined directly into the case back. The regulating organ is mounted on ball bearings and the balance wheel is a monoblock construction. The winding mechanism offers a never-seen-before solution. The usual sliding pinion is replaced by an endless screw. The crown is flat, seamlessly integrated into the extra-thin case. The glass is reduced to an absolute minimum and is perfectly integrated into the case. The ultra-thin time display is incorporated into the movement thickness. A concept watch, the Altiplano Ultimate Concept, represents an authentic revolution in the ultra-thin field, opening up new technological prospects for Piaget. Just how far can the limits of ultra-thin be pushed?
So we are very proud to introduce to you the Altiplano Ultimate Concept, the watch that measures entirely 2 millimeters thick, we should say thin, that we're presenting here, one of our concept watch.
Ah mince. C'est moi qui l'ai posé. Il a été mis. Oui, elle est à l'envers.
Okay. Okay, so to think that Piaget revolutionized the watchmaking industry in 1957, 60 years ago, with the thinnest mechanical movement, we come today, after 60 years, with the Altiplano concept watch, the entire watch with the case 2 millimeters thin. It's like a 2 Swiss franc coin, exactly the same size. So you can imagine all the R&D, the time that have all the engineers spent to develop this watch. More than a watch, and I really encourage you to come to our booth to see very closely the watch. More than a watch, this concept really creates an emotion. The reality is that it looks like a drawing. It looks like a 2-dimensional drawing that suddenly comes alive, has a heart that beats, and this is absolutely stunning to discover in real time, so please, we're waiting for you at the booth. In the meantime, I leave you in the hands of Rémi Jomard, our Product Development and Innovation Director at Piaget, to give you more details on the watch. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Chabi. We do not reach 2 millimeters with one trick only. First of all, the construction of the watch itself is completely unique. 2 layers versus 4 layers for a classical watch. The first layer is a combination of the main plate and the case, the bezel and the glass. The second layer is the combination of the dial, bridges, and hands. The case is machined in a cobalt alloy. In order to reach very high rigidity, indeed, the thinnest the material is not more than 0.15 millimeters under the barrel. In their own area, 4 major patents contribute this new record, result of a clever and pragmatic re-engineering process. Let's go in detail through the ultimate barrel, the ultimate regulation, and the winding system. From a 2 parts barrel, drum box, and cover, we move to a single, one-piece barrel, whose drum is directly machined in the case back. This allows to go to 1.55 millimeters, which is a 30% reduction versus a regular Altiplano ultra-thin movement. Let's talk now about the ultimate regulation. So it's a 4 Hz frequency. To reach an ultra-thin regulation, the principles are simple. First, the regulation is directly fixed on the cage for the first time ever. But no upper bridge, so that we can say that it's a flying tourbillon. Second, the jewels and Inca block have been replaced by a ball bearing system. The balance wheel has been turned upside down with the air spring and the balance spring stud underneath. The result is a reduction of 35% versus a regular Altiplano ultra-thin movement. Major achievement in 2 millimeters, Altiplano Ultimate Concept is a challenge for the winding device. Normally, it's within the thickest part of the movement, with crown and clutch wheel. To deal with ultimate thinness, the regular sliding pinion is replaced by an infinite screw. Same challenge for the crown, whose shape has been adjusted to the watch thinness. It's perfectly integrated into the case. Thus, there is no risk to damage the movement by a shock on the crown. No more round shape like on a regular Altiplano. The crown is telescopic and has a rectangular shape. As you saw on the movie, it requires a specific device to time setting and winding. Last but not least, Altiplano Ultimate Concept uses the same principle as the Altiplano Ultimate Automatic. Indeed, the hour and minute hand are integrating in the thickness of the movement and protected under a bridge which prevents the movement from stopping in case of a glass deformation. In a few words, Altiplano Ultimate Concept is the first Piaget concept watch. The thickness is 2 millimeters, 4 Hz for frequency, 44-hour power reserve, 283 components, and the case is 41 millimeters diameter in a cobalt alloy, and 3 ATM water resistant. And to conclude, I would really thank all the team who has worked on this project and made this possible. Thank you very much.
There is a Q&A session if needed. If anyone has questions or comments, we are also available at our booth in order to give you some more detail. But we're ready here to answer to the questions you might have.
Does anyone want to ask a question? Just raise your hand. Yes, sir. I will. There's a microphone there.
Thank you very much. Michael Pro from Manager Magazine in Germany. When do you start selling the watch, and at what price will it be?
Madame Nouri.
It's a very good question. We are not selling the watch. We have 3 concept watch made as of today, and it's still a concept watch. Like the concept car, it's not for sale.
Anyone else?
Yes.
No more questions?
Yes,
yes, here on the back.
I am from Apex Manu, China. What is prohibiting this concept to become a real watch? What kind of improvement are you going to do before you can actually sell it as a regular product?
You want to come to the middle?
Thank you.
Yeah.
So how would you go from concept watch to the actual product now?
By developing and testing building blocks. As you see, the 3 main issues we have were about the barrel, the regulation, and the wiring system. We're going to develop and test those 3 building blocks for new products.
But many elements of this concept watch can be used for other watches and in other ways on the ultra-thinness technologies that we use on our Altiplano and other watches within Piaget's collection. So it's really a concept watch that allowed us to test and validate a lot of different elements that we might use in other products.
So it's a sort of lab in a watch, actually.
Yes.
Exactly.
Anyone else? Other questions? Doesn't seem to be the case. Yes, sir? You want to ask a question? No? OK. Yes?
Considering the time that it's already taken to develop this watch, are there lessons that's already been found in some of the watches that you're introducing at SIHH 2018?
Well, it's definitely the Altiplano Ultimate Automatic that uses, in a way, some elements that we're using to build this concept watch. They started probably roughly at the same time, the concept watch a little bit earlier, and we used some of these innovative and imaginative construction to develop the 900p 3 years ago, the thinnest mechanical movement in the world, and now this one, the automatic one, the 910p, the thinnest automatic watch in the world. Yes. Anything to add? No?
That's it.
More questions? Anyone? If not, we're going to close the session here. The next one is at 1. I will be interviewing the CEO of Cartier, Cyril Vigneron. Thank you very much.
Thank
Congratulations.
you very much.
And
waiting for you at the booth.
I guess the rest of the discussion will happen at the Piaget booth. So just go there, visit, take a look. Remy, don't forget the watch.
Of course. I won't.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. See you later.
Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.